Hi everyone, welcome, welcome. Today we're going to do this cool transfer. I've been wanting to do it for a long time. Today is the day. The secret ingredient is always love. Of course, of course. Give me just a second while I pin my comment. What would you guys say the secret ingredient is always? Would you say it's pepper? Salt? Well, it's love. It is love. I love this transfer. I think it has a lot of special meaning to a lot of people. I also think it could also have some really bright colors, so it would make it pop. So, hi Jenny! Garlic! Garlic is a good one. Can you imagine eating food without garlic? Not me. What about lemon? Lemon's a good one too. Anyway, tonight I'm going to go ahead. I've got this little wooden board. Actually, it's pretty cool. You could use it this side and you've got a frame, or you could use it this side, and this is the side I'm going to use. The first thing I'm going to do tonight is go ahead and paint it this color that is a French linen. It is a chalk paint, and I'm using chalk paint because it dries so quickly. Garlic. Oh my goodness, Jenny. Yikes. Okay, so I've got my little foam brush. I'm just going to do the top, the front side of this real quick. And I'm going to be careful not to spill my paste. This color is kind of a cross between a brown and a gray, and it's very neutral. I'm trying to get a little more proficient in painting and prepping and doing things right the first time. So let's see how it works tonight. I believe I'm just going to do one coat. It really doesn't look too much different from what it started at. But that's fine with me. Put the lid back on my paint. How's everybody's doggies doing? All their pets. Is everybody's pets good? Okay. I'm going to dry this really quick with my heat tool. Oh, I miss them too. Hey Phil, we were just talking about puppy dogs and pets. Squirt and Izzy miss me, Phil. If you guys know of anyone who likes crafting and might enjoy this craft tonight, please feel free to share the video with them. And I'd also love it if you would like and follow my page. This is almost dry. Jenny, did you cook dinner tonight? Phil, did you cook dinner? I would love that, Jenny. Okay, this is dry, and you really can't tell much of a difference. You see the side? So it's a very neutral color. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to apply surface wax, because whenever you have a painted surface, it's kind of rough, and it would, if you didn't put wax on it, it could either peel up the surface of the paint with the stickiness of the transfer, or it could cause harm to the transfer. So we're just going to, this is called surface wax, and it's from Chalk Couture, but there's other brands out there in your woodworking aisles. I think Minwax and Varathane might have a surface wax, but they usually come in gigantic jars. And I've heard that some of them have smells, and I don't like a lot of smell. And this one doesn't have hardly any smell. So all I'm going to do, you don't need a whole lot. I'm just going to go ahead and smooth it on here. Give it a little bit of protection. Okay, now you shouldn't see the wax, but it does give a little protection. It also kind of mistake proofs your, if you make a mistake and have like a smear, it helps you to remove some of your mistakes easier than if it wasn't waxed. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. I'm going to keep the bag because I put mine back in the bag. And an easy way to this transfer is stuck to a backer. And the easiest way to get it off is just to go through the middle and kind of peel it down. And it comes right off. And I'm going to keep the backer. And they're so sticky they stick to each other. This is my fuzzing towel, and what I'm going to use it for is to kind of remove some of the sticky from my transfer. So I'm going to lay it down. It is sticky, and these are reusable, but you want to remove some of the stickiness, especially the first time you use a transfer, and this one's brand new. Doesn't feel too sticky. And you do want a good seal around all your screen areas. This is a reusable screen print, and you can reuse these between 8 to 10 times, 8 to 12 times, depending on how you care for these. So when I'm done, I'll go ahead and rinse it off, all the ink out of the screen right away so that it doesn't get stuck. Right now I'm just going to go ahead and center this on my surface as much as I can. Let's see how that looks. You guys never knew it could take so long just to lay down a transfer, huh? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and smooth it so that it doesn't have any bubbles. And especially around the screen print, I'm going to make sure it's down very good. If it's not down good around the screen print where it's cut out, the paste could bleed underneath it, and we want nice crisp lines, so we're going to make sure it's down really good. And there's a little bubble. Okay, I was thinking the love and the heart in this beautiful pink. The secret ingredient is always in this Couture teal. And the salt would be white, and the pepper would be shimmer silver, shimmer frost, with maybe some dots of the shimmer shadow. And then I wasn't sure about the top to the salt and pepper shaker, and maybe the bottom. I think I might do those the Couture blue or some blue. Let me start with those first. So this is Colonial Blue. And I'm really not sure whether this even goes with these colors, but I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit on the bottom here. A little bit on the bottom here. On this top. And this top. And I'm going to use the smallest squeegees I can get, which would be this detail tool. This detail tool has a very, very small squeegee, and on the other end it has a little pointed area. So since I don't want to put it on the top or overrun it into other areas, I'm going to use this small tool and just gently rub the paste into the silk screen where I want it. And like I said, I'm not sure about this blue color. I could have done silver or gray, but I kind of wanted a lot of color to this. Seems like I'm taking forever on this tiny little area. I really don't want to get it in areas that I don't want to put it in. I usually like to have it kind of smooth on there too, so I like to smooth it out. Okay, that looks pretty good. When you're done using a squeegee, you can just go ahead and wipe it off with a paper towel, and if you want to, some water. This is just regular water. Then you can get it ready to go again. Let's make, actually, I think I'm going to make this, the salt is going to be the Shimmer Frost. Get a small squeegee. Do you guys ever feel like maybe instead of having a separate salt and a separate pepper shaker, they should just make one that says salt and pepper and it's mixed? Would that work for you guys? Or do you like more pepper than salt, or more salt than pepper? Or do you skip the salt and pepper and just go for the garlic, Jenny? Okay, we're gonna go for the Shimmer Shadow for the pepper. That's probably enough. Smooth that on. Hi, Debbie. Thank you. Yeah, Jenny, we could add salt, pepper, and garlic salt. Phil, would that be acceptable to you? Yeah, that'd be great. So excited you're on watching, Debbie. Okay, I've got that part done. Now, I don't want the chalk to dry in the silk screen, because if it does, it will come up when I pull up the silk screen. So I'm going to do what's called a paste and peel. And that's where I paste some and then I pick it up and look at it. Make sure it looks good. Oh guys, it looks really well, but a little part came up there. So that kind of means that my blue is probably drying in my silk screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of water and kind of push it down on that silk screen. I don't want to do a lot because I don't want it to run, but let's see if that helped it come out of the silk screen. Still a little spot, so I'm going to rub it. Looks better. And then one more spot right here, dried. So by peeling and pasting, it helps prevent that paste from coming up with the transfer. And I can lay it back down again because the paste underneath it is dry, so it won't smear. Let's see if that helps that part. No, still has a problem. Let's see. Sometimes we play until it works. Hi Jenna, welcome. How are you? Okay, that looks better. And what I didn't think about doing was doing the salt little dots coming out of the shaker for the salt and the pepper. So I'm going to go ahead and add those and squeegee the pepper flakes. And squeegee the salt. And what you don't use, what you take off, you can put back in the paste as long as it's not contaminated with another color. And I'm just going to go ahead and lift that up. Cute. Okay, so we said the secret ingredient words were going to be in teal. And this teal is the older formula, so it's a little different texture than the other stuff. The newer formula is great. It's very smooth. But this is an older formula, so it dries out a little bit quicker than the new formula. But you can always add distilled water to it and mix it up to get it back to the right paste consistency. I'm going to get a new one. Okay, so I'm going to smooth this Couture Teal into the screen. It looks like a big mess right now because I used a lot of paste. And I really didn't need that much, but like I said, I can always scrape it back into my jar. Debbie, how's the weather up there? Jenna, come craft with me, I'd love it. You know what? I've made plenty of mistakes on this stuff and they always turn out good. I mean, it's kind of like color by number, kind of. You just get what you want, do whatever colors you want things to be, and then it's very relaxing. Yep, I've got plenty, Jenny. I'd love to have a crafting day with you guys. I've got a bubble right here on the S, so we'll see how that looks when we take it up. And I am concerned about this older paste, but let me just lift it. Okay, I've got a spot right here that dried or is not covering well. Looks better. Looks great. Okay, now all we have to do is the pink is going to be the love and the heart. I would love that, Jenna. You and Jenny come, bring the puppies, and we could do a live all together. Oh, that I can just imagine that right now. That would be a blast. Oh my goodness. I do have a little bubble on my E here, so let me see what that's going to look like. I have plenty of paste again. I have to do this left-handed, Deb. I got to get in that corner. This is good practice. Look, I'm doing it left-handed. Let me see how this E is. Actually, it's not bad. Looks like a piece of lint or something under there. Okay, guys, I've got it all chalked. I'm so excited. Are you guys ready? Okay, here goes. We know this part's all good. Okay, I don't like this, this part right here. The E kind of dried. Looks like a lot of them dried. Let's see. You guys, it looks so cute. Look at this. Can you guys see it? There we go. I just don't know about that colonial blue that I put on the bottom and the top of the salt and pepper shaker. Can you guys see it? There we go. That looks kind of funny. And maybe if the background was a little darker, it would have popped a little more. But you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking, if I have any masking tape. Let me dry it for just a second. It's hard to keep us straight, huh, Jenna? So what I was thinking is maybe if I did like a line, a black line at the top, or maybe two, maybe let's just start with one, and one at the bottom, maybe it would offset it a little bit. Thank you, Debbie. But I do want to be careful with this tape on the newly painted stuff. Let me see. Actually, that's not long enough. Let me do a little longer. I can actually just use my chalk paste, my black shimmer. Let's see, I don't know if that's really straight or not, but I'm going to give it a try. I just want it to look a little more offset. it off a little bit better. I think I'll do one more at the bottom. I think that pink is kind of wet, so let me see. Boy, that goes on quick. All right. Yeah. So creative, Jenny. Yeah, I like that better. And maybe I could do the outside edges, the color too, probably black. What do you think? Should I do those black? Or should I just leave it like that? I think this would have been great on a black background. I just didn't have any black paint on a darker background. Yeah. You think, Jenny, you think on the outside edge? You think? Or are you talking about the outside edge, or are you talking about, I'm still having little doubts about the blue on the salt shaker. I guess it's kind of late now unless I wanted to, well, I could go over it though. Sorry, my nose is running. Let me see if I could go over that blue. Let me see. With silver. I'm not sure how much I love the blue. Silver, okay. That's what I was kind of thinking too. Let me see if I can reapply this. So it's kind of nice that you can put them back down again if you need to. Let me find a silver. Sorry guys, how rude of me to leave you. I'm going to smooth around the edges of the transfer where the blue is. Make sure it's down good. Actually, yeah, they look pretty clean. Okay. Sorry, I was talking to myself, guys. So I've got a silver, it's called Shimmer Silver. And it's one of the newer forms. Oh, well, the metallics are always very nice. So I'm just going to smooth that over the blue part. We'll see how that looks. I mean, there's really not much you can do to hurt these. Okay. Good thing this stuff is water soluble. Okay, I'm going to lift up and let's see. Actually, that gave it some dimension too. Yeah, I like that a lot better. It's a family reunion. Hi, Tracy. Do you guys like the silver cap on that better than the blue? I don't know if you can see. There you go. Yeah, I like it. So, the only other thing I don't really like is that the salt, you can't see the little individual salts coming out. They're kind of blended in, but I think it's good. So I could always decorate it by adding a ribbon or a bow, but I think it's good enough to leave it as it is. What do you guys think? Can we call it finished? I think I really love it. Make the salt glitter. Oh, you know, that's a great idea. Hold on, Jenna. Okay, Jenna, here we go with the glitter. I'm just going to close up some of my paste though, because I don't want glitter in the paste. They won't go through the screens if you have glitter, so. My white was looking pretty thick, so I'm just going to add water before I close it up, and then when I open it I can mix it. Okay, so I think I'm going to go ahead and put this transfer back over. Oh, I better dry my salt shaker. Hold on. My lids. Okay, so I'm just going to try and make that wet again with the paste. So I'm going to put these little dots, if I can tell what I'm doing here, of salt. So I'm going to re-wet those with more paste, just to give the glitter something to stick to. I'm going to lift that up. Okay, so they should be wet. Get my glitter, which has never been opened. And I hate opening things. So we're going to glitter that. And hopefully that'll stick to the wet part. And then we'll have our salt. I like that idea, Jenna. It's going to look great. Shake it like a salt shaker. You don't want me singing or dancing, I'm afraid. Okay, let's see. can brush off the excess glitter once it dries a little better, but I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm having a hard time with the thing, but it is making you guys dizzy. That would have been so cool on a dark background. Now I'm gonna have to recreate it on a dark background. Well, that's it for tonight, guys. I think it turned out really, really cute. And it'd be a cute little thing to hang up in your kitchen. Awesome, awesome. Okay, anytime somebody wants to come craft with me, we can go live, we can have so much fun, let me know. It'll be fun. Thanks, you guys, for watching. I love all you guys, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.